Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be learning about cactuses. We're going to be drawing some cactuses. So what do we know about cactuses? Well, the first thing we know is that they are typically green, okay? And we also know that they have these spikes on them, okay? But what else do we know about cactuses? Well, cactuses are a succulent plant, which means that they hold water. They're most often found in the desert, and the reason they probably are found in the desert is because they hold water and they don't need to be watered a lot. They can grow in very dry environments. So I think I read actually that a cactus can hold up water in its body, in its plant, for up to a year. Isn't that interesting? What most importantly, the most definitive thing that we know about cactuses is that they have these spikes. Do not ever touch these spikes because they'll get stuck in your finger, and you might not even know that they're in there because they're very clear. Typically, they're white. Although you see them drawn right here with black, they are typically white or clear, and when they get in your finger, sometimes you don't even know it. They do hurt when they poke in there, and then when you go to touch something, you'll feel like a sensation right here on your finger, and you're like, what's going on? And then you'll look closely and you'll see that one of the little sticky things from the cactus has then gotten stuck into your skin. Yes. So anyway, let's do this. Let's start. I'm going to demonstrate to you on how to draw this cactus, how to draw these cactuses, but we're going to make it a little bit cute. We're going to have a little fun with it. We can put little faces on it because why not, right? So I'm going to demonstrate to you on how to draw a cactus today. All right. And after I draw that, I am going to show you another way that you can, instead of drawing it, you can use some green paper to cut it out, and you can glue it on there if you'd like. So you don't have to do it just one way. What am I going to be using today? Well, I'm going to be using a marker or a pencil. I'm going to be using markers to color it in. And I also, once I go to do this part here, when I go to cut out the paper, I'm also going to use glue, stick, and scissors. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you very, very easily, okay? So let's begin. The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to place my paper in the horizontal position, and I'm going to draw two pots like what you see here, okay? So I'm going to draw my first pot by making two lines that come down. And then I'm going to connect it across, and I'm going to make that same line that goes across up here at the top of the pot, but I'm going to extend it out, meaning that you see how it comes out a little bit further on the sides. And then I'm going to make a line that goes up and up over here, and then I'm going to make another line that goes across. This is going to be like the rim to the pot. Now, don't worry if yours is not perfectly straight like mine. I actually like that it isn't perfectly straight because sometimes when you go to make things perfect, it doesn't look as nice, believe it or not. So now I'm making a smaller pot on this side, doing the same thing, extending the top part of it out, the rim, going up, across, and down, and connecting. Okay, so now I have my two pots. Now, to make my picture a little bit fun, I wanted to make one guy, he's happy because he has flowers, and then I'm going to make this other guy, he's the grumpy guy. And what you see right here, these are little rocks because cactuses like to be in rocky, dry soil. So I'm going to add a little bit of detail right here with my rocks, okay? Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this one, the happy cactus. And I'm just going to go in here, not on the edge, but just a little bit inward, and I'm just going to make a line that goes up and then extends it over and come right back down, sort of like a tongue. And then he's going to have two arms, so he's going to come out on the side. I'm going to curve it over, bring it down, and curve it back in. Same thing on this side, but not exactly the same height. I'm going to make it a little bit different just because it's nature, and nothing is perfect in nature, really. There we go. So there he is. Now I'm going to make this guy. Now this guy looks a little bit different. He's more rounded. There's cactuses that look like this, and there's also cactuses that look like this, where he's just more rounded. And then they have other small little round things that stick out from them. And then they keep building upon that. And there's little smaller ones. And you can keep going and going and going. And then they have little circles here. And this one has an arm. And there's another little arm sticking up out of here. And then maybe one right here. And then another one right here. And then maybe he'll have an ear. And then maybe another little one right here. Whoa, that is quite a bit. Okay, so what's the first thing we have to do? Well, we have to put spikes all over these guys. So I'm going to go very quickly and put spikes all over. Oh, that's looking very prickly. And then I'll do my other spikes over here. Like little hairs. Notice that I'm leaving the inside of it blank because I'm going to be doing the face. And then after I do that part, then I'll go back in with my details on the more of the spikes. Ooh, that is looking very, very prickly, you guys. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do our happy face over here and our grumpy face right here. Before we do that, let me draw a couple of little flowers over here. So the flowers on the cactus look kind of like this. So he's holding a flower. Okay, you can put other flowers there if you'd like. Oh, and let's not forget the rocks. A little bit of detail always looks nice, right? Curve over just for the rocks, no big deal. Okay, so let's start with our eyes. I'm going to make two eyes right here by making a circle and a circle, and then inside I like to make two smaller circles, top right and bottom left, and then I'm going to color these in. Now this one's looking, this might have to be the mad one because this one looks like these eyes are mad. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. It's the shape of the eyes that's looking kind of funny. Now, if you're at home and you don't have a black marker, no big deal. This one looks angry. I'm going to make this guy the angry one. I'm going to just put a little grumpy face on him. He's schmeh. And you can tell that he's angry. When you make lines that go pointed downward like this, that's the angry face, okay? When your eyebrows are curved over, that's happy, but this one looks angry. So sometimes that happens in art where you draw something and it isn't anticipated to be a one way, but it ends up that way. So you just go with it. No big deal. Let's make him look even more angry. Okay, and now we're going to go with this one. This one's nice and happy. So we're going to make nice, easy eyes. Be very careful with this one not to make this guy angry. And right away, what I'm going to do, as soon as I'm done coloring this in, I'm going to make happy. There we go. I'm happy. And a little smile in between. I'm a happy one. I'm happy that I am outside in the sunshine. Right? And let's create a little horizon line back here. And if you want, if you're interested, this can be in a window, on a table, or you can put more cactuses back here. You don't have to, you can do pretty much whatever you want. So we have angry and we have happy. Very, very cute. Now let's add a couple more little spikes right here to really get that spiky kind of feeling. Oh, I do not want to touch you. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to color these in. So I'm going to use the darker one for the angry guy, and I'm going to use the brighter one for the happy one. On here, I have the darker one on the happy one, but I'm just switching it up just because it was there, okay? So you can color these in with marker. You can color these in with crayon. It's your choice. Very easy, though. All you're doing is making the shape of circles and then putting little lines for the spikes. Very, very easy. Not a hard project to do, but looks fun. It's timely for spring. It's fun to do. You can learn about cactuses. I actually have a cactus plant at my house in the window. Requires a lot of sunshine. Not very much watering though. I can go without watering my succulent plants, like I have an aloe plant and I have a cactus plant. I can go without watering those for at least a week or so, and they never die. They're very easy plants to take care of. They're very fun to have because they have these sharp edges, and when you place them next to one that is a different kind of plant that's like a little softer looking, the contrast between the two looks really beautiful. I love to have succulent plants. Succulent plants are very popular right now because they're easy to care for and hard to kill. So that's why people like them. That's why I like them. Okay, so this one's a little bit angry. I'm coloring this in. Now, what can you do with your pot? If you want to get creative with your pot, you can do whatever you want. You can put decorations on it. You can paint them rainbow. You can color it in brown. Keep it simple. You can write words on them. It's really up to you. It's whatever you feel like doing, but have a little fun with it. And let's see what you come up with. Now, on my plate here, I have other little, I'm going to color these in yellow. You know why this guy's angry? Because he's got his arms up in the air all the time. Who wants to be living with their arms up in the air? No wonder he's angry. And she's like, oh, look at my hair. I am so cute. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do is I'm just going to color this pot in with a brown marker. I'm not going to put any detail on it just because of time's sake. But what I just wanted to do is share with you how you can simply draw a cactus plant. You can draw different kinds. You can look them up. I will be posting some pictures to show you how to do or examples of different cacti that you can draw. And notice that I said cacti and not cactuses. Cacti would be like the plural of it, meaning that there's more than one. But here is my pot. I know I'm making it very messy, but I also wanted to show you that other part that you can do as well. So very quickly, I'm going to show you another kind of cactus plant that you can do if you don't draw very well. So I'm just going to place my paper here, and I am going to draw a pot, a nice big pot, because my paper is in the vertical position now. So now here's my pot. I can make it on a table. And remember I talked to you about using this kind of paper. Very quickly, let's draw a sun in the background because we know that the cactus is in the desert, right? Okay, so now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cactus plant that looks like this one, okay? So I'm going to use my scrap paper to then cut a curve over. So just like in the picture, I can actually just cut this out, curve it over. And I'm going to put some glue on the back of this one and stick it on my paper. Now, if it's not perfectly down, it's fine, but this is just an idea, another way of creating a cactus plant that may be a little bit easier for some other people. And you don't even have to draw it. Like really, all you have to do is just kind of curve it around, curve it over. Right? So now we're going to do our other arms. Okay? You can do as many as you want or however you want. I can curve it over like this. And notice what I'm doing. I'm just taking a piece of paper and curving it over. And I'm going to cut this right here like this. Okay, and then you can have other things sticking out, but if you want to just keep that simple, and then what are you going to do? Well, all you have to do is you're just going to make these spikes all over here. It's hot out here. It's in the desert. And then you can make your eyes on here however you want, or you can just leave it. You can make an eye if you want. You do not have to keep it like this. And I'm actually going to find a white crayon if I can find one. I don't know if I can. I'm going to color this in. And then I'm gonna add white right here. Do I have white? Where is white? Here we go, found it. All right, so now I'm gonna add a little white in here for a little bit of. Another thing you could do is you can take these lines, because these cactuses do have lines on them, and you can make the lines go down like that. Cactuses do have that. Some of them have the lines on them, and you can make it look like that. And then you can go in. You can add a little detail if you want. This one seems to be pretty happy. And then you can make your pot, and then you're good to go. Okay, if you want to do the flowers, you can draw the flowers on the side like this. Sometimes they flower. It's interesting. You can have it holding a little bit of a flower. Okay, and then you do your pot, and then you're good to go. Okay, just try it. Have a little fun. See what you get. Learning a little bit about cactuses is always a good thing, always learning. And I will see you all on the next video, okay? I hope you have a good time creating your cactus plants, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye.